Hello students, today I've come up with a very interesting yet complicated topic that often leaves you blank when you come across this question in your exam. Before we get further, let us quickly understand the meaning of appreciation of a poem. In literal terms, appreciation means to recognize someone's good quality, but in poetical sense, appreciation is to recognize the skill of the poet and also the joy that the reader gets because of the rhythm of the poem and the vivid imagery that is created by the poet. There is something interesting about Shakespeare's sonnet, as all his 14-line poems are written in a uniform rhyme scheme. So students, in SSC Board exam, there is a mandatory 5-mark question of writing an appreciation of the poem utilizing the points given by them in a paragraph format. So today I will brief you through this topic and the weightage of the marks in exam for each of these points. It is very important to write an appreciation of the poem in paragraph format, come what may. Let us consider an example of the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore that I have picked from English Kumar Bharti. In the first point, you need to write the title of the poem and the name of the poet. For example, the title of the poem is Where the Mind is Without Fear and the name of the poet is Rabindranath Tagore. The second point is the rhyme scheme. If the poem has a rhyme scheme, then you need to mention it. But the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear has no rhyme scheme. You can simply write it as it is a free verse poem, as there is no metrical pattern or rhyme scheme. The third point is the figure of speech. Figure of speech add to the beauty of the poem. Tagore has used apostrophe, alliteration, metaphor, synodic, and personification to express his thoughts in this poem. After mentioning the figure of speech, consider writing an example from the poem. For instance, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake, has two figure of speech. Apostrophe, as a direct address is made to God by the poet for a better poetic effect, and synodic, as country stands for countrymen. The last point is the central idea or the theme of the poem. The central idea of the poem is that the poet addresses God as my father and asks him to awaken his country into heaven of freedom, where there is total freedom of good thoughts, good words and good action, and also appeals to God for social, educational and economic freedom for the people of India. So the appreciation of the poem should look like this. I hope this video will simplify this topic and will fetch you good marks in your exam. Thanks for watching.